All right. Shall we dig into this beat battle?
Okay.
We got 3 rounds.
Mm.
2 beats per round.
Mm.
Let's just kick it off. So round 1, beat A. Let's run it. All right.
Lots of movement with that one.
Yes.
Lots of movement. I enjoy it.
Yes.
Let's a little switch up. All right, that was beat A. Let's run beat B. All right. That was round 1. Beat B. All right, everybody go ahead and go in there. Get your votes in. Get them votes in. And then we'll talk about these beats. Does anybody want to start? Anybody want to talk about... Oh, and the poll is live too, so anybody watching, go ahead and go vote. What was your favorite? A or B? Mark threw his vote in the chat. Shubs, what do you think?
Well, both had a lot of movement, which I enjoy. I think A had the more fuller drums, and B had more like going on in terms of like melody and literal bells and whistles.
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, I agree. I love the chopping on A. It's definitely my style of beat making, is just chopping things up and kind of rearranging. So there was some really good chopping going on in there. and then the switch up in A2 is always good in a battle.
Yeah.
I feel like a good switch up really will pull the listener back in case they start to get bored. I think with B, it kind of needed that switch up, but it was like super smooth at the same time. So like B would be such a good like lo-fi mix beat if it just came on. You're like, okay, this is a fun beat. Where I feel like A was kind of more the battle-esque beat, if you will.
Yeah, super hard to compare them. Were they both using the same samples?
No, so round 1 and round 2, they just make beats. Round
Just make
3
beats,
will be the
okay.
one where we have them use the same sample.
This is so hard. I really vibed out to both of them, like completely. They both completely captivated me. But yeah, I guess that only leaves one thing left. Okay, that's my vote.
I like it. Mark, you got any inputs, outputs, XLR, RCA?
A lot of the stuff you guys pretty much already said. I do feel for beat A, and only because I like how clean the chops were with it. I do like the movement in beat B. I just wish it could be a little bit cleaner. Maybe the drums would be a little bit more potent. But I would say.
I like it. All right, so who took round 1? Not person-wise, but A or B?
A.
A.
I'm cracking with A as well.
All right. I like it. So A is in the lead. I don't know if round 2 is still the same A and B producers, but we'll
We shall see.
We shall see. Smug likes to mix things up a little bit. All right, so let's go round 2. Beat A.
Before you out the S girl too. Before you out the S girl too.
So many layers in that one.
Yeah.
All right. Round 2, beat B. All right. That was round two. Those two were actually kind of similar vibes. I felt like
Yeah.
so it was pretty close to each other. Who has anybody have? Meglo, you wanna speak on these two?
Yeah, the first one was definitely a journey, and I loved that one so much too. Like, they're so hard. They're both really good in their own ways. Like the things that they're trying to tackle. Like, I feel like maybe I don't know if it's a good idea to guess if there's like which ones are similar, or like, oh, this I can tell this one was this producer on the last one, but this one. Okay, so anyway, the the first one had a really good vibe and good journey to it. This one also had a journey to it, but I just something about the way the swing was and the way the drums popped out, it made it just feel like dynamic in a way that forces you to move. And I think the first one, while it had a groove that you could latch on to, like I think the second one did an amazing job of like really giving you ear candy, even though the other one was detailed and stuff. The way this second one was produced was in a way that like it makes your ear really grasp onto every little thing bouncing around. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to judge things.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. These two are really close in the vibe, and like I feel like Beat A was really fleshed out. Like it had like a full roundness to it as far as like it had gone through like the beat creation part. It had gone through the let's verify everything sounds right, and there's a lot of movement to it, and then to that even that final stage where you're like let's pepper in some little vocal things and some little fun things and some crowd cheering and like that kind of stuff. Whereas normally pretty late in the beat making, you know, it's like you're getting ready to release it kind of. This one's definitely going on the album kind of beat.
Yeah.
And so like that was really good. I wish that B also had some of that playfulness in there, like, you know, some like a little drop, a little vocal thing or something like that. But the drums on B were strong. Like it was definitely, it had its own groove to it instead of just like your normal, like, you know, robotic groove. Like it had a good kind of groove, and it definitely pushed the drums into the forefront. Where Beat A was like the drums were tucked a little bit more. Like they were just as dope, but they were just tucked a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of these are really strong, real strong entries.
Let me go ahead and do this thing here.
Shebs, what you think?
Yeah, I'm of similar mindset. I am a fan of very large drums, and I think B did that better. But both had a lot of layers to them, so I'm having trouble deciding if my vote is what I want.
It's getting difficult. That's the struggle with these original beats is like they could be very different from each other. So it's hard to vote like which one was better because they both take different paths. Where it's like when it's like one sample, you're like, all right, who did this better? So luckily that third round we dig into that though. Mark Cooper, thoughts?
Well, I mean, I understand what you guys are saying about Beat B, where it's got experimental and it puts you on a journey and things like that. But for me being like a battle producer and like going in battles and things like that, BA was just a little bit more upfront for me. So I'm going with it.
I like it. All right. Well, then I think the votes are in. What did the crowd think?
The crowd was actually tied.
What? Y'all are no help.
Right?
Do we tell them what we're voting? which one we're voting, or is it like a surprise or like?
It's just cumulative. You can. The one thing I like in enough of these battles that I've been in where like we come together right after and we talk about it, I'll see people's minds change. So that's kind of why we switched to having like the paper back end vote. So then you can be like vote for it, and then if in case Mark like makes a really good point for one of them, and you can't be like, oh, but I switched my vote.
Yeah.
So, but you can definitely at this point say who you voted for. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm gonna reward the very meticulous attention to detail for this one. And,
yeah,
I'm gonna go with A for that one.
I like it. Did you vote already?
Yeah, he got his.
Okay, cool. So we got a tie
In poll.
How about judges?
Overall, BA won that.
BA. All right. So 2 for BA. I don't believe they're the same person though. But shout out to BA for round 1 and 2. Let me see. Somebody was saying that there's one of the links is broken. Smug. Somebody in the chat named Smug was complaining about
I didn't say it was
mobile
broken.
links.
I just said I think it's the mobile one.
Out here complaining. What was
I
that?
noticed for 3 weeks.
Sponsors. That's right.
Right.
I'm in the back end right now. I'm making changes on the fly. I
We're
might
doing
be
it
breaking
live.
the links.
No,
Okay.
I think it's fine.
I'm guessing it's just the M, right?
Probably.
I added some dots though, just in case. Okay. In case you're on a computer like a weirdo. And not on your phone like
Sitting
the
upright
rest
in a
of
chair.
Gen Z. Out here on the internet on a computer.
We're on computers.
Clicking links. We are
Ew,
all on
is that a
computers.
mouse?
That's true. I mean, Mark's probably on his phone, based on the landscaping verticalness of his view of space.
And how mobile he was earlier.
So that link would have worked perfect for him. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
All right. We're sliding into round 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the sample, which is from the X soundtrack. Is that the name of this? X?
Yeah, that's the name of the anime/manga.
Were there others before it?
No.
They just went straight to 10. 10. Let's go.
Yes. We'll get him caught up.
What's this one about? Who can give me a little bit of backstory on this show?
Been so long.
Is it the one where there's like
Is this like a World War
heaven
II
and
anime?
hell?
Yeah.
Like
Dragons of Heaven and the Dragons of Hell or whatever.
yeah.
So it's not a World War II anime.
No,
No.
Damn.
no, that would be Hitalia.
Oh, that's a real thing? The World War II anime?
There's a few of them.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, like Hitalia. It's not great.
But this has layers to it, though.
It really does. Like there's a lot to play with here.
I'm curious to see, because to me, I'd take the front of it. I'd take that, like, prepping for war portion of it.
Like the march.
Yeah. But this part's pretty dope, too, though, if you're really trying to make, like, a smooth beat. I feel like these producers may use different parts of this.
I have a feeling so too.
Stand strong.
Oh, there's more.
As big as the sample, there's plenty to take from.
Oh, there's so much.
I feel like I would like sad beat Shubs would probably do the trouble beat things just because.
It's true.
Why not?
It's true. That
Would it be great? No.
sample was 5. That's a long 5-minute intro for a show. But, let's just run it. They could be using something deeper in there, but we'll figure it out. All right, y'all ready? Beat A,
Okay.
round 3.
Yes.
Let's do it. There were some things happening in there. I heard that sample was chopped. All right.
Yeah.
Beat B.
This is the beginning, then. The beginning of the end. The beginning of the final battle. You've been chosen by fate to fight for the city.
We were destined to confront each other in battle today. This is a fight to the death between two personal.
That's a neat trick he's got there.
I came to Tokyo to protect the people I love, and I'll fight for them. You are the only member of the Dragon of Heaven remaining. Your death will mark the end.
Okay. Definitely went different routes on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
I have things to say.
You have things to say? You want to
Yeah.
go first?
Yes.
Do it.
So Beat B used a few vocal samples from the anime, which is very exciting.
Nice.
Very exciting for them and us,
From the
everybody.
World War II anime?
Yes, from Hitalia. Oh my God. Gotta take a moment. It seems pretty fleshed out. Like this is definitely a finale beat, and it still packs that punch that a battle beat could and would. Same with beat A. I think beat A could have used a little, like it could have used something else, like a little bit more high, maybe
Saturation.
yeah, there we go. Thank you. Could have used more saturation.
That's my suggestion.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about that. I was like, what is that term? I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Yeah, like I agree. Like BA was there.
Yeah.
It was like it needed that last like layer of effect on it though, right? Because like the drum had like a really good swing to it, like a really good groove.
Love
I
the
don't know
drum.
if they just maybe played it or if they were playing with the swing to get it kind of had its own little groove to it, but it just needed like a saturation plug-in on top of it just to make it a little bit more granular, I guess, just add a little bit more to the drums. And then B was just from the jump. It was nasty. Like those drums came in real strong, and then all the little sample in betweens. Like yeah, I think they both definitely went different routes with it, but I think they both used the same part of the sample. I think they probably got to the horn part and they were like, oh, this is it. This is what I'm using. So, congrats on making two very different beats.
Yay.
Yeah. I feel like Beat B, you like paid so much respect to the whole song. It feels like they used like many parts of the entire track. Like it was really detailed, like rich with detail. I really like that. BA was good. I think BA, the drums were definitely more punchier. And then I think just like maybe some more variation with the B overall, like would have been better. But I wish I had some of the punch from beat A in beat B, but it was very, very well put together. Like beat B, I really enjoyed how they just used so many different elements of the anime and the theme and everything. Like really made a beat that still stayed true to the sample.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
I like that.
Mark, how's your battery doing? You still alive over there? Still alive. What you think? You got any input on these beats?
For me, well, I would probably say I'm a sucker for Rocky movies, so hearing the Rocky samples definitely there. But I don't want to make a bias off of that. But A definitely had a little bit more punch in the drums and things like that. But I was just looking for a little bit more. I kind of like the element of using the vocal samples in that. I've really seen that this round, so it's something that kind of swayed me in that. So I would pick B.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think the way to win these at this point is vocal samples. We've had a good amount of producers use vocal samples, and that seems to be the swaying difference. So anybody
When
in
used
the future,
appropriately.
when used appropriately, yeah, they don't have to be appropriate, but they just have to be used appropriately. They can be raunchy though. You can get raunchy with it. We don't care. All right, so I guess let's break this down. Let's see who won this. Who was in the polls?
The crowd actually gave that to beat A, but
Okay.
due to our judges, it looks like beat B won that one.
Beat B wins. So
That
finally,
round
Beat
actually
B
made me
came
go
around.
get the series out of the cabinet.
Oh my god!
Probably go watch it later.
Nice.
10.
Yes.
Yeah, Dragons of Heaven, and I think Dragon of
Dragons
Earth.
of Earth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
Dragons of Earth want to purge humanity.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong,
it's a whole ass thing.
strong. Okay, so round 1 went to A.
Which was
Oh yeah, go ahead.
round 1 went to A, which was Soy,
A. Round 2 went to A.
which was Joe.
Strong. Okay, we're tied.
Shit.
Let's see. Round 3 went to B.
B, which was Joe November.
A. Okay, I like it. Strong entries.
Yeah,
Joe November
word.
destroyed. I like it.
Yeah,
Now we got to see
my
if
bad, y'all.
if
Congrats.
Flexstyle wants to deal with Joe again.
Right. So yeah, Flex Style won our first one.
And knock Joe out in the semis.
Yeah, so we may have to have a rematch. 1-on-1 rematch between these two heavyweights.
I mean, yeah, we can
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
if
we'll
they
see.
if they want to. That's fine.